Do you aim to create sexual attraction with just any girl that you meet? Well, there are cheat codes for doing this. The best part is, you don't even have to be good looking or have so much money. Certain qualities turn women on without them even realizing it, and these are what we call triggers. And if masterfully executed, women will want to sleep with you even on the first date. High-value men. Topping the list of attraction triggers is being a high-value man. This is so important when speaking of sexual attraction that many believe it forms the basis for every single sexual trigger. Women are naturally inclined to want the best of the best when they relate with the opposite sex. The reason they search for men who are financially stable, emotionally mature, and physically attractive. They know that they're the ones at risk of getting pregnant during sex, so they aim for dudes that could make good fathers, hence their natural attraction to high-value men. However, I don't expect you to become a high-value man overnight without knowing what the concept entails. This begs the question, who is a high-value man? In simple terms, he possesses confidence, fame, wealth, and status. He's surrounded by women begging for his attention and his men following him around. He's comfortable with his sexuality and never goes the extra mile to prove himself to anyone. His life is fun-filled and he lives with a purpose. He can handle difficult situations excellently and possesses social charms. Most people think degrading the female folks is what makes one a high-value man, but the opposite is often the case. High-value men are never misogynistic. Rather, they see women as special creatures and they treat them as such. While you may not possess all the qualities that make you a high-value man, making efforts to be better can do the trick. Believe me, if you could possess half the qualities of high-value men, you could trigger the attraction of ladies even if you're broke and you're not good-looking. Alpha males and leaders. Next in line of attraction triggers are alpha males/leaders. You ever wondered why women always flock around basketball captains, class presidents, and football stars, to mention a few? It's because these men possess something that most men lack: leadership qualities. Women are naturally attracted to men who are leaders. They always aim to go after men who dominate the group. That's because they want their man to lead them, and to do this, they believe that he has to lead others. Well, buddy, if you fall under this category of guys who are good at receiving orders from their peers or naturally sitting on the sidelines when important decisions are being made, then you need to start making changes ASAP. A good way that you could show you possess certain leadership traits is when you're with your peers. Endeavor to be the planner amongst them. Now picture this instance. After some years, you and your peers decide to have a reunion. One way that you could display leadership qualities is by suggesting a venue that you feel is suitable for the reunion to take place. You could also plan the events and all that is required to make a reunion a success. Now, don't limit your leadership qualities to your peers alone. Be an alpha male to the ladies. You heard that right. Lead your partners. While it's good to accept suggestions and opinions about certain issues from your partner, never let her boss you around. Once she sees you as a leader, she'll become naturally attracted to you. PreSelection values. Another powerful attraction trigger so many dudes are oblivious about is PreSelection value. Buddy, think about this. Have you ever wanted something that every other person seems to want? Well, I'm guessing you have. That's PreSelection value at play, and the same very thing applies to the ladies. If she notices other women like you, she's gonna also want you too, and believe me, she would go to great lengths just to be on your good side. To use this to your advantage, you have to prove that you have lots of women at your beck and call. Show her that there are a lot of women around that you can easily choose from, and see how she'll try her best to make you choose her. Never pass on the opportunity to post pictures of yourself with other ladies on your social media pages. Also, try to befriend ladies you meet when you go out. In all honesty, PreSelection values stand as the fastest route to attraction and getting women to want you. This reminds me of how I use this trick to my advantage. So during my college days, I was a member of my school's basketball team, and as with every basketball player, I had several ladies at my beck and call. To many, I should have just picked up one of the ladies and made her my girlfriend. However, love had separate plans for me. During a basketball game with another school, I met Sheila, and I was instantly smitten by her beauty. I made a pass at her and I got her digits. However, I felt like the damsel wasn't really feeling me that much. To make her see me in a different light, I had to show her that she wasn't the only woman in the world. Little by little, I started proving to her that several women wished I viewed them the way I viewed her. And did it work? Of course. In no time, she was my girlfriend. Buddy, when it comes to sexual relationships, always see yourself as the prize. Make friends with ladies whether you're sexually interested in them or not. Your aim should be to have ladies flocking around you, as this is one of the sexual attraction triggers that would make the ladies want to sleep with you. Protector. Another potent attraction trigger I feel isn't given due credit is protection. Yes, being able to protect a woman from harm's way could make her go to great lengths just to sleep with you. So many guys fail to realize that the reason they chicken out when faced with dangerous situations is that. The result is that they hardly get laid, and she often sex-starve. If you want to get her attracted to you, you gotta be her knight in shining armor. Protect her from harm. During ancient times, villages were raided, and it was the duty of men to protect their women and children from danger. From those experiences, women have become innately built to want protection from men. Buddy, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you're not heavily built, then you have to hit the gym. Knowing how to fight is gonna give you the boldness to face other men who would try to bully ladies because they feel women are weaker. However, being able to talk your way out of difficult situations is a lot more advisable. You don't have to get physical with every man just to prove that you can protect her. For a clearer understanding, picture this scenario. You're driving on the highway with your partner sitting by your side. Fortunately, you get hit by a reckless driver. Instead of going out to fight him, you could contact the authorities to resolve the issue as amicably as possible. While she wants you to protect her from harm, she doesn't want you to get involved in scuffles all the time. So try to avoid getting physical in every situation as much as you can. Exclusivity. Exclusivity. While many men don't know this, it remains one of the powerful attraction triggers that could get a lady wanting to go down with you. As a man, you gotta be very selective when it comes to who you sleep with, how you spend your time, and who you spend your money on. I'm sure you wouldn't want to have anything to do with a girl who sleeps around. Same applies to the ladies. Once they discover that you can sleep with anyone who comes your way, they will avoid you like a plague and never want to have sex with you. Again, you shouldn't let everyone into your inner circle. Now what that implies is that you should be selective of the friends that you keep. I'm not asking you to be rude to people that you feel are not up to your level. All I'm saying is that when you joke around with everyone, only the best of the best should be considered friends. Be a flirt buddy. Flirt with as many girls as possible, but when it comes to smashing, only the high-quality girls should be your target. Imagine getting down with the female basketball captain of your school. Every other lady will want to up their game just to be with you. Remember, the goal is to get women to qualify themselves to be with you. They have to meet your standards and not the other way around. Confidence. You've definitely heard about confidence and how important it is in getting ladies flocked around you. However, I'm sure nobody's ever mentioned how sexual confidence is a potent attraction trigger. Dude, every time you relate with a lady, always endeavor to exude confidence. Never pass on the opportunity to prove to her that you know who you are. Most men tend to want to please everybody, and if you're that kind of guy, you gotta make a change. Never seek validation from others, and do not make excuses for hitting on her. She's a woman, and she's expected to be attracted to you. Own this. If you still don't get the gist of how you can prove your confidence, then picture this scenario. You meet a lady who catches your attention at the mall, and you want to get her number. Instead of shivering at her sight, walk up to her like a man that would make her feel your presence. Hold eye contact with her as long as possible, and maintain a good posture, standing like you own the building. While she might not say it, these are the things ladies look out for when they get approached by a man for the first time. Another hint that could help prove sexual confidence is your speech. Learn to speak as slowly and as eloquently as possible. Never let words rush out of your mouth, as that would give her the impression that you're nervous. Remember, sexual confidence is about owning up to the fact that you are a man and being comfortable with that fact. Unpredictable and mysterious. Mysteriousness and unpredictability are key weapons that every man who wants to get girls laid should have in their arsenal. Buddy, in all that you do, never let her be able to predict your next move. Women want excitement. They like it when they don't know what your reaction will be to their actions. They crave spontaneity and adventure, and the least you could do as a guy is give it to them. Want to see your mysterious sides? They never fall for the urge to tell her everything about you on the first date. You heard that, dude. Learn to keep something to yourself. Most guys fail to carry this simple task out, and it's the reason that girls find them boring. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you should be shady and hide important details about yourself just to look mysterious. All I'm saying is that some of your special attributes should be left for her to uncover as your relationship progresses. Kinda reminds me of a crazy experience I had with my ex. During my college days, I was a member of the school's press club. I found stringing words together to make them either an article or a poem very interesting, so on getting to know Kayla, I never revealed this aspect of my life to her. Not until she saw an article in a popular magazine with my name written underneath. I could see the surprise in her eyes when she asked me if I actually was a writer. Buddy, you might be good at basketball or football. Well, you might want to disclose this to her on her first date to boost your chances of hitting that coochie. Remember that unpredictability and mysteriousness is a strong attraction trigger. Letting her discover these facts herself will get her to chase after you. Trust. Next on the list of attraction triggers is trust. For the record, no woman will want to go down on the man that they can't trust, and the fastest way to earn a lady's trust is by proving that you're trustworthy. How do you act around your friends? Do they respect your opinions when it comes to making critical decisions? Do you act as a leader, or do you prefer being the guy that follows orders? Your answers to these questions will help her determine if she can trust you. Ladies believe that once the friends of a guy seek his opinion when they're faced with one difficulty or the other, it means that that guy is trustworthy. However, trust doesn't end with your friends. It goes way deeper than that. You could prove that you're trustworthy by building a good relationship with her. Take a break from all the hard guy mantras and show a little vulnerability when necessary. Tell her stories you hardly tell others and make her know that she's the only one that knows about it. The idea is to show that you trust her, and the least she could do is trust you back. However, you do have to be careful when it comes to revealing certain aspects of your past to her. While most women seek trustworthy men, they, on the other hand, can't always be trusted. I'm sure that you don't want her to use your vulnerability against you, so while building trust between yourselves, only reveal things that she cannot use to hurt you. Getting this right will make almost all ladies out there want to get in your bed. Social intuition. You want to be able to lay as much girls as possible? Well, then your social interaction skills got to be top-notch. You heard that right, buddy. You got to be good at stringing words together to get the conversation going. For the record, no lady likes a guy who can't form a good rapport, and I'm not talking about conversing with her alone, but also your friends and strangers you meet. Remember, she's always watching, even when you don't notice. She'll be completely turned off when she sees you sitting with your friends looking bored. However, if she notices you having the time of your life, she's going to want to be a part of that. As simple as it may seem, most guys fail to implement that. Some even think being a douchebag is what's required to prove your social interaction skills. Well, if you're one of those guys, you change. While girls hate bullies, they also hate guys who get bullied. So, dude, always learn to strike the balance between being socially interactive, being an asshole, and being disrespected. Know how to charm a crowd, and also possess some good stories that you can tell your friends when you're around them. The whole point of this is to make ladies see that your social skills are top-notch, and spending time with you will be the perfect decision. Drive. When I say drive, I'm not talking to wealth or money, as most of you would love to think. All I'm saying is that you have to have a goal and work hard towards achieving it. Ladies hate lazy guys, unless they're lazy themselves, and in that case, you don't really want to date them anyways. They detest guys who don't see the need to put in effort to become better versions of themselves. Yes, your dad owns one of the biggest conglomerates in town, and even without lifting a finger, you could be successful. But believe me, having your ambition will attract ladies more than sitting around waiting for some inheritance. Reminds me of a movie I saw at the cinema some days back. It was a love story centered on three main characters, Tom, Jason, and Hope. Jason was the son of an oil magnate and also the CEO of his father's company. To him, he was already made, so he saw no need to be ambitious or moving to achieve his personal life goals. Tom, on the other hand, has a college dropout who opened up a fashion company and was determined to see it thrive and succeed irrespective of the challenges that he faced. At one of the parties organized by Jason's fathers, Tom met Hope, and so did Jason, and both instantly picked up an interest for her. Faced with the dilemma of who to choose between Jason and Tom, you'd be shocked at the choice Hope made. While everyone expected her to go for Jason since he was more financially buoyant than Tom, she picked Tom. No matter the amount of dollars that you have on your Cash App, women will hardly be genuinely interested in you if you lack ambition and drive. What are your plans? What do you aim to achieve in a few years from now? Are you the type that sits around watching TV all day, complaining about how bad the economy is? Well, your answers to this will determine whether you possess this sexual trigger that will make women want to sleep with you at the slightest opportunity they get or not. And there you have it. The most potent attraction triggers that could land any lady in your bed. Don't sleep on them. Rather, strive to implement them and see your body count rise within a matter of days. I promise. Or maybe I don't. That's a big promise. Just do it. See what happens.